concludes round number one. Let's hear it once more time for all the bands that play so far. Whilst the scores are being calculated, we're going to hear from three of our judges tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marty Bella, Kareem Jesus Devlin, and Tracy Bonham.
Hello. I am beyond words inspired by what we just heard. That was phenomenal from every band. The first list I made was everyone had first place on it. So that's how I would run it. But it's not, yeah. And I just want to say, Dave, Lisa, everyone involved in this organization, I'm so honored to be here. I'm so honored to have any part in this extraordinary organization. What they've been doing is just incredibly inspiring. Dave talked to us about, do you have any advice for the next round or advice for the performers? I mean, keep doing what you're doing. The commitment to everybody, every person in every band, the commitment you all had, again, what blew my mind. I would say, as far as some kind of advice forward in your life, never ever say no to anything. That really would be my advice. As a musician, as a band, take every gig, take every opportunity. Anyone who asks you to play with them, do it. That would be my advice. Everything you can do to get out there and play music as a band or as a musician, do it. It's always worth your while to take every opportunity you have. So, again, thank you so much to the bands, and thanks to this organization.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I just want to say thank you. I'm really impressed with mostly the spirit, right? Like, musicianship and believability and proficiency, that's all amazing, but the spirit of this organization and the kids who are just so supportive of everyone else, that is tops for me. So I want you to know that, because that's important. Yeah, that's the spirit. And so, basically, I was gauging mostly about how things made me feel. And there were so many moments, in every single set, where I was like, oh my God, and I write like emojis and stuff. I judge by like writing lightning bolts and fire symbols and stuff. So there was a lot of that, and that's what I adore. Like, you can play the best you can play, that's wonderful, and you practice, and I love that. But when you make someone feel something, whether it's inspiring, or you feel love, or you feel overcome with just joy, and I saw so much joy up here, that is key for me. So I would say, as you go through life, yes, it is very important to practice and have the discipline, and that's your base foundation. But then, and this happened to me too, I was in my head all the time, and I would say, oh, that note's out of tune, and why am I doing this? And oh God, that was terrible. And then something hit me, because that was miserable. That was a miserable experience, right? To be on stage and think, okay, this sucked. That's not being nice to yourself. So then, this is when I was like old. And I realized that's not what it's about. It's about the feeling that you evoke and the connection with your audience. And that's when I started to enjoy it. So I think that's my advice for you guys.
I would say I'm Kareem Devlin. I would say I feel the same way as these guys. That seems silly giving you all advice. You were amazing. So many talented people. Say a couple things, agreeing with and building on especially what Tracy just said, which is that aside from our musical ability and how hard we work at it and how much we want to be the best in what we do, that really at the end of the day it's about songs and it's about people's feelings. And when they played Tracy's music in the clips before, I remember how I felt hearing those songs and that really is that's really what we do. So we give people feelings or touchstones, things to connect to, and it stays with them for a long time. The one thing I would say to all of you while you're dealing with a contest like this is that as much as this is for charity and as much as you all are a community, everybody wants to win, and it's really hard. You all work so hard, you practice so hard. It feels terrible for us because we've been where you are to sit here and judge you or rank you. But what I would say about that is that with your gift and your talent and the things that you work at, it's really always about being as much yourself as you can be, and that at any given moment, it may or may not be your day, or it may not be your room or your year, but eventually, if you keep digging into exactly what makes you what you are, what you think is cool, somebody sees it and connects. So if it's not today, it will be tomorrow, the next year, 5 years. So you're all amazing. Thank you.